Look at the butterfly.
Okay.
Happy Mimosa Quarantine Sunday.
Sunday.
Yeah. Youngest goes first.
Oh, no. That's age before beauty?
You. Why do you think we heard so much about the event happening in 2018? I have actually asked the guides about this a lot, because the one thing that I think was a letdown when I was first going through all of the event stuff, you know, when everything started to shift and the energy got so high and everybody's talking about all these dates, and it's just like, okay, they would come and they would go, and they would come and they would go, and it got to this point where it really started to piss me off. And there were a couple of things that came through. One, that there was interference. There was vibrational interference that would come into play that would keep these things from manifesting on the timeline that we were manifesting it in. And I think that definitely played a role. And then the other thing that was coming forward, that came forward a lot as just like advice for me, was that in 2018, these event energies really were there, but they were there in the etheric realm. But we couldn't understand that at that time, that this energy needed to be manifested in an energetic form first. Yeah. And so, you know, throughout 2018, there were so many energetic shifts within each of the light workers that kind of led us to the place we are now, where we see it manifesting more physically. But it's like our consciousness didn't know that, you know, as above, so below. Things have to manifest energetically first. And how did that event manifest energetically first? Well, we all focused on our vibration. We raised our vibration. We healed our past. We healed our childhood trauma, and whatever was holding us back. All of those things.
Because, you know, thinking about what we were talking about when we were hiking this morning, how, you know, we're actually in the event right now.
Yeah.
And it's much more physical, like the event was explained, oh, this rainbow light's going to come from the great central sun. And so you just said it, and it occurred, it just had another thought. Okay, so it happened energetically at first.
Yeah.
That's the etherical.
Yeah.
So now
we are manifesting it.
But it physically is now. We're in the event. The event is the coronavirus. The event is everybody's on lockdown. The event is everybody's silenced within themselves in this moment, nobody's working. Everybody's just with themselves.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And it's either really, really good
or really, really bad. Yeah, it is. And I think that we are going to see the manifestation of the light. I think that we are going to see all of the things that, you know, the channels that we had looked up to were saying back in 2018. I really do think that we are manifesting those things. But like you said, I do think it's much more physical than we had ever imagined.
It's much more tangible.
Yeah.
You know, like, we're going to see new colors, and there's going to be, I mean, we've been experiencing new waves.
Speaking of that,
what?
I have to tell you this. So when I was running errands on the Scoot, I was going down the road right
They don't
here.
know what the Scoot is.
Oh, it doesn't matter. The scooter. I have a scooter, and I love to drive it. I drive it everywhere. So I was taking the Scoot, and I was going down the main drive where all the apartments are. And before you get to the construction, kind of where the street people are staying in the woods over there, there was like this little indigo blue bouncing light right on the edge of the forest, and
Wow.
it kind of like bounced and then went into the forest. And I've been seeing a lot of color lately. That's like part of my transition into the higher vibrations, is like all of a sudden I'm seeing little balls of energy everywhere.
Little sprites.
Yeah.
Little fairies.
Well, what I had asked, I said, well, who are you? And he said, well, I'm a gnome. And I just let it be.
Glad to know
I was
you.
just so excited. I didn't ask anything else. I was just like, okay, cool. So the gnome lives there. You know, it was
It's just another Sunday.
literally 10 feet from where I found the Pleiadian doll.
Oh, wow. That's cool.
Yeah. So it was pretty cool. That was a cool experience. But anyway, your turn.
Oh. How important is it to practice what your intuition tells you? How important? That's all there is.
Yeah.
Let me tell you, and if you don't, man, I kick myself. It's like, I knew
I
it.
knew it. Yeah.
Knew it. That's all there is.
Yeah.
And that's what's cool about what's happening
Yeah.
now. Is like, we're literally being guided moment to moment to moment. Well, here's what's next.
Absolutely.
Here's what's next. And just kind of helps you throw away what the outcome is. It's like, I don't care. It's really fun, and just getting the little nuggets of
And
turn
watching
left
it
here.
manifest,
Yeah.
watching the things that you want manifest because of it. That's, you know, I talk to my clients about this exact thing all the time. Like, you have to follow the nugget trail, the popcorn trail. That's
Yeah.
what we used to call it all the time.
Yeah.
You know, it's like your intuition tells you something, and it could be completely off track. We don't know why it's being told to us that this is the way that we should be going, or this is the book we should read, or this is the teacher we should follow. Whatever it is, even if we don't understand it in the moment, it leads us to the next best thing.
Well, you think about it, if your guidance is on the top of the mountain, they're seeing exactly the fastest route. To us humans, we feel like we're turning left, we're going right. My
Yeah.
God, this has to be the longest route. But in reality, if we're not following that guidance, we're taking the longer
Yeah,
route.
trying to
because
figure it out by
trying to
ourselves.
figure it out.
Yeah.
And it's much
Yep.
more fun because you stay in that flow of inspiration to, okay,
Yeah.
yeah, what's next? Okay.
And that, your intuition, when you listen to it, that is what teaches you to open up to communicating with all frequency,
Oh, absolutely.
not just your own intuition. So like for the people who want to channel, it's like you have to listen to your intuition 24/7.
Yeah.
You know, that has to be that steering voice. So, yeah.
Do another one.
Okay.
Told you, more than two.
No. Bounty. What are you currently working on to expand in your spiritual journey right now? I am working on opening my heart. This whole journey has been like a massive self-love journey for me. And I'm at this place right now where I'm no longer learning to love myself. It's like I'm doing it. I'm doing it, and sometimes it's hard and sometimes it's easy. But it feels really good to just be open. And it's like, I think the underlying frequency of all of this opening in my heart right now is learning to trust.
Yeah.
I have to trust myself. I have to trust my messages. I have to trust what I'm being guided to. And that comes with a lot of self-love. And I didn't have people in my life that loved themselves when I was younger. My parents, my mother was well-meaning, but she never loved herself.
Yeah.
Like in her mind, the idea of loving yourself was like cocky and arrogant. So anytime, you know, even jokingly, if I would talk lovingly about myself, it would be like, no, stop that, you know?
Yeah.
So there was always like that vibration of like, that's not, be humble. That's not like a good person attribute.
Yeah.
So it's like I have to retrain myself on all of this. And it's been incredible. And it's been challenging, really challenging. But I'm starting to see myself in a new light.
Yeah, that's awesome. I think I went from practicing and using all the tools, like we go on our hikes in the morning, go on our walks, and I use that as do my walking meditations, affirmations, programming, and I was using that in sort of a 3D way of increasing my business, building our dream home, family.
Look at this.
And through the coronavirus, shutting all that down.
Yeah.
And then, okay. So now the focus is more on using my tools to raise my vibration. And right now, the only thing that matters is connecting.
Yeah.
Connecting. And what does that look like for me? That's sitting down in front of the computer and automatic writing.
Right.
Just getting my vibe up and then,
Yeah.
And it's all that matters.
There he is.
We have a little cardinal friend, and he's super handsome, and he's coming for lunch.
Yeah, I love. Okay, so the 2 cardinals that come to the backyard, I'm so madly in love with them. To me, they represent like the divine masculine and the divine feminine. And ever since we've lived here, we have this cute little porched-in backyard that sits on a trail, and we have animals. I mean, coyotes and crazy snakes. Everything comes up here. But these birds, I just love them. I connect with them. I feel like every time they show up, they're bringing like just divine energy. It's really cool. I sit and I try and like get as close as I can to them. And she said, go feed those birds.
Every morning.
They're hungry.
I'm doing another one.
No, wait, yes. Okay. I've been drinking. Look at this. Lightweight over here.
She's had 3 sips of champagne. Bye. 2. What is your favorite part about Ascension? Favorite part about Ascension? Well, actually, we were talking about
5D, not 3D.
Well, no, we were talking about that this morning. Why is it that Ascension is such a challenge? Where it's heal, expand. We're moving to a place of now we can just raise our vibration.
Bring the joy back.
Right, bring the joy back. Expand, bring the fun back, bring the simple back.
It's like you don't realize it when you're really diving into the inner work, how focused you get. And the topics are serious. It's real life shit. It's
growth.
Yeah, it's not, it's not always sunshine and rainbows when you're really doing what you have to do to shift some of those internal frequencies.
But it could be. If we woke
I agree.
If we woke up every morning and went, okay, here's reality like it is now.
Mm-hmm.
Here, how do I want to express myself today? What do I want to do that's going to just shift me a little bit? And it doesn't have to be fucking monumental, because those little steps will go a long way. Like us sitting down to do this, and then, what do we want to create from here?
Yeah.
And I have no idea. Let's just play with it and see what happens, and just kind of moving forward with like a little kid.
Yeah.
What can we do next that's fun?
Yeah. We always say that too. Yeah. It's like our motto. It's like, what's fun?
Our mantra.
What's next that's fun that we can do?
Right.
So
and that attitude, if you just kind of started your day off, in just good mental health, and then just go, okay.
Yeah.
Especially now, since
it's
we're
like really
home.
Taking responsibility to lift yourself up.
Yeah. And from
it's
that space, it's easy.
And it's satisfying.
Yeah.
It's satisfying to feel good.
Yeah.
So, I agree. It doesn't have to be.
No, it doesn't. I think when your vibration is high, you're able to see things, and you automatically see things from new perspectives, and that expands your consciousness, and that's how you grow. Or you can get clobbered over the head and realize, and then get kicked in the teeth, and then
pull yourself
masculine
out of it.
Blah, blah, blah.
It's like, it is the hard way.
Yeah,
it is the hard way.
Yeah. Or just be okay. Well, you can
surrender,
there's
program
here's
yourself.
a situation, and there's 98 ways to Sunday that I can look at it. How does Source see this? What's a perspective from over here?
And I know for a lot of people that are just starting out and like doing the vibrational work, that can seem hard because it's like, how do you know? Like, how do you stop yourself? And I just want to interject and say in that like the biggest thing in the beginning of your journey is learning to pause. When you start to feel yourself worked up over anything, you just have to shut it down. Stop. Pause. Because if you don't take a break in there, you get so caught up in the snowball of that frequency and that emotion.
Spiral right down into 3D.
And then you're just, then you're sitting in a shitstorm and you can't figure out how you got there. But if you start to practice pausing, you can pump the brakes before you roll down that massive hill, So at this point, it's definitely easy for us to just stop and choose. And I love that. It's so empowering to feel that level of control over my experience and over my emotions and just all of it.
That's one of the things my guides told me
but
years ago.
It took work to get here.
Yeah, absolutely. So. My guides told me years ago, they're like, choose again.
Yeah.
Choose again.
Right.
Just choose again. Okay. Let's do another one.
No, we're not.
Come on, just one more.
We said no.
I'm in the moment, and right now I'm choosing to expand on what we're doing, and I'm having fun. You cannot deny me my fun.
Yes, I can.
Love you.
I love you. No. She's
Never
being
get my
sneaky.
way. Hold
we
on.
talked about this.
Hold on. Pause. All right.
That'll be a perfect place for me to cut that. We're done.